Hey yo, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ben. I'm a life coach who helps purpose-driven achievers create a life that they love through doing meaningful work and creating personal freedom. I want you to be able to do all the things that you want to and that you know you have the capacity for. I want to help you realize your potential. That's why we're here. That's why we're talking about important stuff. So welcome. Today, we're talking about how to stop worrying about what other people think. Ooh, baby. This is a juicy one. I love this topic because this is one of the greatest reasons I see that people get stuck and people can't do the things that they want. People can't create a life that they love. People can't do the work that they're meant to in the world because they're so trapped in this box of, well, what will so-and-so think? What will I think of me if I do this? What will society think? All these different things that keep you caged, essentially. And so today we are bending those bars apart, letting you out of that cage. We're talking what other people think and how not to sit in that place of worrying about that. So how do we do that? Number one, ask yourself why you care. Genuinely ask yourself, why do you care? Why do you care what your mom thinks about the job that you have and the choices that you make, what your income is, or, she doesn't know the numbers probably, but what it looks like. Why do you care what your friends think? Why do you care what your partner thinks? So really, truly ask yourself what it is. Why does it matter? The second piece of that then is discerning whose feedback you truly value. So what you're going to find through this process of these first two steps is you're going to figure out that you don't care about 80% of the people that you just kind of are letting influence your decision making, because you want to seem smart, because you want to seem like you have your shit together. That's a big one. Comment down below if that's a big one for you, because that's probably the one I see the most, is that people want to have it together. They feel shame around people who don't have their lives together, and they judge those people and they judge themselves because of that. So just notice this first. We're at the noticing step. Pay attention to where that's coming up. And then on the flip side, also be able to notice whose feedback you do actually value. Maybe you have a really good friend who you just know has your best interest in mind. And here, I just want to be a little alert here. I want to put emphasis on the fact that, unfortunately, most of your friends don't actually have your best interest in mind. Let that sink in for a second. Most of your friends don't actually have your best interest in mind. Now, that doesn't mean that they're bad people. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Sally is a bad friend. What I am saying, though, is that you need to understand that if you are going to your friends asking for advice or what to do, or just kind of letting them comment on certain things when you're talking about, oh, I kind of think I want to do this, and then Sally's saying, oh, well, that's dumb because that would be really ungrateful or not smart of you. And you're immediately going, oh, fuck, yeah, okay, yeah, I guess you're right, Sally. No, you need to understand that most of your friends don't actually have your best interest in mind. They care about themselves. They care about keeping you the same, because that way they don't have to change. They know who you are, they know what to expect, and you guys are on similar levels somehow. You've created a dynamic. They don't want you to, and again, it's not because they're bad people, it's just because this is how human psychology works, is they don't want you to go skyrocketing and do all these awesome, amazing things while they're stuck here having the same exact fears as you are, so they're gonna bring you down with those fears. Again, I'm not bad-mouthing your friends, really, I'm not, but it's important that you understand this dynamic. And then, like I said, you find your other friend that does actually care about you, and you know this. You know exactly which friends are which when I'm talking about this. Write them out on a piece of paper if you need to, but you have to be radically honest about this at this step. You have to realize it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you can't be friends with them. Sally is really nice and sweet, but she just can't be the person that you go to for advice or take in her information or feedback when talking about a really meaningful piece of your life, decision that needs to be made, etc. Know those people that are there for you and will push you and will support you in the decisions that you make. Support, support, support. That's the key word. If you don't feel supported by your friend, Sally, or I can't go, Stephanie, and these are like the most stereotypical white girl names that I'm coming up with. But Stephanie, you know, supports you. It doesn't matter what you do, she will support it in any which way. Find her. Finally, you gotta root yourself in your purpose. Now, if you don't know what your purpose is, go back to this video down below, how to figure out your purpose in 2021. We go through step by step there. You may have even come from that video because we talk about this as one of the steps. So purpose. You need to know what your purpose is. Now, if that feels overwhelming and Ben, that's why I'm here, to figure out my purpose, you asshole. Like, don't tell me that I have to root myself in it, because just start to understand you, who you actually are, what you actually want, which is another video, figuring out what you actually want. Go do that one, because that actually has a practical exercise in there that's really going to help you get some clarity around that. You don't fully have to have your purpose figured out in order to start doing this thing. Who are you? Who do you want to be? What are the things that matter to you? What is your why? If you're telling your friend, hey, I want to quit this job because this other thing that's a little bit scarier and less stable, but it's something that I've always wanted to do. It's a mission trip, or some traveling abroad thing, or just something that is kind of outside of the norm, and you've always you express how deeply you want to do it because you really care about the children in that nation and want to be able to help bring education to their country and to them. And Sally is going, oh, well, that'd be really irresponsible of you to quit this stable job and like take some time off to do that. Meanwhile, Stephanie is over here like, that's amazing. I know how much you actually care about that. You've always talked about how you want to do something like this. This seems like the perfect talk, Ben. The perfect opportunity for you. This is something that for you, while those things are important to understand, for you, that's something that's rooted in your purpose, right? That's something that actually matters to you. That's something that you value. Again, if you don't know your values, go to the other video, figuring out what you actually want, and go do the attached exercise. Figure out these core pieces about who you are. You know this on some level, but there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise about what you should do, because of people, society. Figure out who you actually are. That's all this work, right? That's all these videos, that's my whole entire channel, is helping you get back to who you are. And then taking actionable steps on top of that. Understand who you are, what you care about, what matters to you, what is your why, what is your personal why, what is your purpose, and root yourself in that. If somebody, Sally, comes to you, or all of your friends come to you and say, that would be stupid to quit your job and go help these people, that would be stupid to go out of the country and take this opportunity to do this thing, because that would just be, you never know if you'll get this job back, you don't have any sense of financial stability, that would just be dumb. I want you to eventually have the strength for all of your friends to say no, your family, your mom and your dad, to be like, that would be really dangerous, and I want you to be safe. I want you to be able to take in all of that and say, you know what, I want this because this is something that I care about, something that I've always wanted to do, something that I want to explore. Be rooted in that. Be rooted in yourself. Know who these people are in your life, and stop worrying about what other people think. God damn it. Because you're awesome, you have amazing things to offer, but you have to stop keeping yourself inside of that cage. Rip those bars apart and get to it, baby. Give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't below, hit the alerts, and I'll see you in the next video.